Now, this is a very interesting part of this research training. Every researcher's toolkit. Research is a skill, right? I agree. Have you ever invited a skilled man, a skilled workman, to come to your house, maybe a plumber or a carpenter, to do some work for you, and the person just shows up without any tool? You'll be confused, right? Or you'll be in doubt of the person's competence because you can't see any tool, you can't see anything to identify this person as a skilled workman. Similarly, as a researcher, there are several tools you should have at your fingertips. You should have these things at your disposal. In addition to helping you research smartly, these tools can help you collaborate with people and complete your research at a specified time. What are some of these researchers' toolkits? Here are some of them. In the material, check the attachments below. You would see this slide, so you are able to access the toolkits directly from your end. Let's talk about the first one, plagiarism checker. Recall that as a researcher, you want to be unique in your writing. You don't want to copy someone's work and then you accredit it to yourself. That would be plagiarism. Plagiarism is when you take someone's idea or you copy someone's words and then you do not reference the person. You do not attribute that work to the owner. So no one is saying you cannot borrow idea from someone. Fine, when you borrow the idea from someone's work, try to reference them, try to cite them, try to give credit to them. You would, as a researcher, or if you're aspiring to be one, you'll find that it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of commitment, a lot of effort on your part to put up your writing. How would you feel if someone else picks up your work and then uses it like theirs? You'll be very upset. How can you avoid this? By citing the people, referencing the people. Just acknowledge them, okay, in your work. Now, here are some plagiarism checkers too. So sometimes you end up writing a work, you pick some, different ideas from people, and then you've put up a research piece. Basically, you may think that, from just looking at the work you've written, you've not really committed plagiarism. We are human, so we make mistakes. Plagiarism checkers are available, free. Free plagiarism checkers are available to help you check whether you have committed, unintentionally committed plagiarism. If you've unintentionally plagiarized someone's work. Some of these plagiarism checks include Turnitin, which is very robust and it's institutional based. Grammarly is available. You can go for the free version. You can also go for the paid version, the pro version. Duplichecker, Qtext. So there's something that Qtext does. Qtext helps you check the plagiarism, and it also helps you cite the work that has been plagiarized. Duplichecker, I prefer Duplichecker to Qtext because with Duplichecker, I can upload a document. But in Qtext, I have to copy the words and paste. But in Duplichecker, I can simply upload the document, okay? And then it will show me, I can download the document with the result of the plagiarism on it. And it's free. Although there are paid versions or there are pro versions to this software, of course, the pro versions will come with additional features as well. But you can start with the free version. I'll show you how to use some of this shortly. Plagiarism corrector. Fine, if you notice that your work or in your writing, you've committed plagiarism unintentionally, what can you do? If the plagiarism software gives you the originator of if it gives you the source of the plagiarized areas, then you can cite those works. Remember, Qtext helps you do that too. You can also use a plagiarism corrector. Maybe you've written a lot of things and you just want help with paraphrasing that idea. Grammarly can help you do that, and Qbots can help you do that as well. But I think for Grammarly, it has to be the paid version before you can do that with Grammarly. But Qbots is free. And then how about researcher social media? As a researcher, people reach out to you. You're not expected to just do your work and keep it under your pillow. You're expected to spread your work out. You're expected to collaborate with people. Now that is the aim of social media, right? On Facebook, we can reach out to people, we can make new friends. As researchers too, there's what is called the researcher social media, okay? So you can reach out to people, you can collaborate as well. You can use Google Scholar to do that. You can use AuthorAid. AuthorAid is very interesting. In fact, I'm going to show you, I just have to show you. I'm going to show you how to do this, how to use these resources. With AuthorAid, you can search for grants in your field, you can apply, you can collaborate with people and even apply for a grant. Like, it's so cool. You can get a mentor. You can also use ResearchGate, LinkedIn. Yeah, the normal LinkedIn that we know. I mean, it can also serve as your researcher social media. You can follow publications, you can follow journals, yeah. You can follow institutions, you can follow other researchers, and then you see what they're doing. And when you also have your own work, you put it out there too. LinkedIn allow you to share maybe articles, publications, put it out there, make a noise out of it. Let people see that you are visible. Publon is also, it's a product of Web of Science, so that by Thomson Reuters. It's a very good area too. It's a very good resource for you to showcase yourself as a researcher. So they call it the researcher CV. Like, yeah, if you have a Publon account and someone tell you, oh, as a researcher, can we see some of your works? Can we see something you've done? If you cannot showcase your Google Scholar page or ResearchGate, Publon is just perfect, especially if your institution is subscribed to maybe some of Thomson Reuters resources or Elsevier's resources. Your office suite, the normal Microsoft Word, the Excel sheet, Publisher. You need all of these because you do a lot of writing, you do a lot of calculations, okay? You use a lot of software to analyze. So you need spreadsheets. Excel comes in handy. You need Microsoft Word as well. Referencing tool, okay? You need a reference manager. If you go into the world of publishing, you need a reference manager. Mendeley, EndNote, Google Scholar can help you. There are limitations to each of these, but they are really good to use. So for a start, if you're a beginner, you can start with the Google Scholar. You can also advance to Mendeley and then advance to EndNote. EndNote is a bit way advanced than Mendeley. It has more very cool features than Mendeley does. But Mendeley is also open. The beauty of Mendeley is that it's open source to some extent. You don't necessarily need to buy it before you can use it. But for EndNote, you need to subscribe. Your institution needs to be subscribed to EndNote, or you need to purchase EndNote. And it's very expensive. You also need some data analysis software. If you'll be working with primary data or secondary data, whatever, you need some primary data analysis. You need some data analysis software. For quantitative kind of data, that's numeric data, you need your Microsoft Excel. Do you know Excel can analyze, the people analyze data with Excel, like very cool analysis. They run regression, they run a lot of analysis on Excel. You wouldn't believe it. SPSS is also available. eViews are available. R, which you'll also be learning, is available. So the good news is that for this bootcamp, you get to learn how to use these data analysis software, especially SPSS, eViews, and R. How about analyzing qualitative data? Text, figures, images, Qualitative data analysis software include InVivo, MaxQDA, and Otter. For this bootcamp, you're going to learn how to use MaxQDA and Otter. because MassQDA allows, it's also open source to some extent. It allows you to use a free trial for I think 30 days or less or something. And then Otter is very cool. Otter is, in fact, let's get to that point before we talk about it. As a researcher too, you need an ID card. Maybe not a physical ID card, but you need an identification. Something that is called, I think, a digital object identifier. As a researcher, you need to have something unique to you so that you can know that if you have any work out there, it can be easily attributed to you. If people cite your work, it can be attributed to you. Sometimes two researchers can have the same names, okay? For you to avoid the confusion of knowing whether it is whether a particular work has been attributed to a particular author, you need what is called the OSCID ID and a researcher ID. It's easy to create, so have an OSCID ID, have a researcher ID, and this is also another hack. If you are applying for graduate study, whether an MSc or a PhD, have an OSCID ID, have a researcher ID, and then put it in your CV. If you need to see what it's supposed to look like on a CV, maybe you can reach out privately to me, and I can show you, I can share my CV with you and show you how to put it neatly in your CV. You also need to have access to databases. You'll be working with a lot, you'll be reviewing people's works, right? You need a database. And here are some reputable databases: Scopus, Science Direct, Directory of Open Access Journals, and Web of Science Master Journal List. You can have access to different articles from various authors that are of interest to you, and you're sure that these are not predatory journals. So let's see how to use some of these toolkits. Let's start with Qtext, the plagiarism checker. So recall that I told you that for Qtext, you have to copy and paste the manuscript, the piece, the words you want to check. So for example, if I'm working on this manuscript, for example, okay, this is one of my course outlines, and I copy this, I want to check for the plagiarism in there, and I paste it here. I click on check plagiarism. It's likely going to ask me to sign up for an account. Okay, it's checking. So can you see it's checking for the plagiarism? Oh, great. What does this tell us? 100% plagiarized. Like, there's nothing in here that is new or that is unique to me. This is a case of copy and paste. Where was it copied from? It was copied from 100%. So what do we do? Okay, let me just show you something different about Dupli Checker. So for Dupli Checker, you can upload the document. So can you see? Choose file. So you can upload the document instead of just copying the exact words and pasting. You can upload it as a file, and it's going to give you the plagiarized rate. Okay. So by still copy, and you can still copy and paste notwithstanding. So I've copied and pasted here. Let's see. Oh, the beautiful part of Dupli Checker 2 is that it helps you check for grammar as well. So let's see if it's still gonna give us 100% plagiarism. Okay, I think that's taking some time to load. Alright, so that is taking time to load. Let's just move on to paraphrasing. So yes, recall that we have 100% plagiarism here, and the source is Course Hero. So if you go here, it can take you to the source of this document. If you do this for your dissertation or any research piece or your journal manuscript, something you want to submit to a journal, man, and they see this 100%, forget it. They can even ban you from publishing. Okay. So how do we correct this? How do we rectify this? So let's say we want to correct this. I'm going to use Killbot for this. Recall that you can use Grammarly for this as well. But let me use Killbot. So I copied that and we paste it here. Okay, so it has a word count limit of 400 words. So right now we've exceeded the word count. It has a word count limit of 400 words. This is 910 words. So let's cut it up from here and see what happens. Let's cut here and see what happens. Just want to rephrase something. Okay, let's say paraphrase. So it's going to rephrase this. So this is just some smart way to rephrase, the courses to rephrase some plagiarized content. But please, do not go and copy someone's entire work and then come paraphrasing. It's still going to be marked as plagiarism. So let's look at what happened there. The aim of the digital marketing course, that's almost the same. It says is to teach students. Here it says is to provide students with the knowledge about business. Here it says is to teach students about the business benefits of digital marketing. So if I want to change this beginning as well, I can click on this and I'll see other options to use. Maybe I say the intention of the digital marketing course. Okay, I can just say digital marketing is to teach students, educate students. So you can change any content you like. Once you do that, let's see if we copy this and come here again. Okay, so because of time, I won't want to spend so much time here. Okay. Yes, asking me to create an account now. So let's just move on. But the point is, you can paraphrase what you would like to paraphrase. Maybe there's something you want to say and you don't know if you're putting it right. You can use Killbot too for paraphrasing. Okay, and then the researcher social media, we mentioned Google Scholar. Here's my Google Scholar page. Someone can come here and see my citations or any other information they choose to see about me, my different articles, people who have cited it, the articles are cited in H-index and all that, I-index, H-index, cited by how many persons. So this shows my metric. This gives my metric. Okay, so last year I had, in 2019 and 2020, I had the highest citation rate. So far 89 persons have cited my work, 4 have been cited in H-index publication, and 4 in I-10. It's an I-10 index citation. Do I have co-authors? Yes. It shows you my co-authors as well. So the kind of people you collaborate with also matters. It's also going to help your citation. Here's my ResearchGate profile. You should have a ResearchGate profile. You should have a Google Scholar profile as well. So for ResearchGate, people can reach out to you. You can see message notification. You can see notification asking you to review a work that they want something. Oh, can you see this? I just opened a notification and Abiodun Christian, I don't know him from anywhere, recommended your publication. Can you see? This publication was written years ago, but people are still recommending it. And I can see my I can see my statistics if I want. It helps you to know the level of impact you're having in the research community. So you can see it also notifies me that this article, Consumer Protection Laws and Marketing of Pharmaceutical Products, has reached 200 reads. 200 people have read it, and it was published late last year. Already 200 people have read this work. Can you see that? So it shows you that you are, okay, people have followed me and I can follow back. So if you follow me on ResearchGate, I'm also going to follow back. So it shows you that people, as a researcher, you're not supposed to be hidden. You're supposed to be visible. People should see what you're doing. Here's my LinkedIn profile. Okay, here's my LinkedIn profile. Yeah, so here's my LinkedIn profile, and yeah, you can follow me on LinkedIn too. So here you can advertise yourself, you can advertise your work, you can let people know you're open to reviewing journals, you're open to taking on research positions. So if you're looking at going for getting into graduate studies soon, create a LinkedIn profile, try to hype whatever you're doing in the research space, and let people know that you are open to work as a research assistant, as a doctoral student, just anything. You'll be surprised that your recruiters or your potential supervisor will get to your LinkedIn profile to see what you're doing, to see what your work is about. It's as important as that. Okay, how about Publon? Remember we said, see it here, the Publon CV. So it's a research CV. You can just send your Publon page to someone, and it's like a CV. It shows you your citation. It also asks you to learn how to peer review, manage your reviews. Like there are a lot of research resources you should take advantage of. Okay, maybe you can check for Juliet Young on Publon to see my CV. Let's proceed. All right, reference manager. I love Mendeley. And if you want to download Mendeley, this is what it looks like at first. So the good thing is you can create a free account. Once you create a free account, you can use Mendeley. So for tomorrow's session, you'll learn how to use Mendeley. How about EndNote? Can you see that? What is EndNote saying? Buy. You have to buy it. Yeah, so that's why we prefer Mendeley for starters, because it's open source to some extent and it's accessible. But for Mendeley, it's expensive and you have to buy. Your research identifier, OSID ID. Distinguish yourself as a researcher. So OSID provides a persistent digital identifier that you own and control, and it distinguishes you from every other researcher. Own an OSID ID. Go to osidid.org to get that. Aha! Another interesting social media for researchers. AuthorAid. It's a global network of researchers. So if you don't know about AuthorAid, here is what you should know. AuthorAid gives you opportunities to network and collaborate with people. You can find mentors on AuthorAid. So the professor I told you about, that I was working on something on aviation safety in Australia, I found him on AuthorAid, and he's my mentor currently. I sent him a message, he responded, and we are good till now. You can take courses for free on AuthorAid. You can find funding, real-time funding. You can also find other resources. It's a lot. You can also be a mentor to someone else, okay? How about databases you can use? There are different databases. There's Scopus, there's Science Direct, there's Web of Science, Master Journalist. But here is Directory of Open Access Journals. So here you can find journals that are open access. Some of these journals, and here they are reputable journals actually. Some of these journals or most of them have article processing fee, like you need to pay before your work can be published. But about 11,562 of such journals do not charge article processing fee. Is that not wonderful? And these are reputable journals. So you just search for what you want in your field. Maybe I'm looking for, say, aviation marketing, and I'm looking for it. Okay, I want to see the title of a journal where I can publish my manuscript on aviation marketing. Okay, none is indexed. Okay, let's see. Okay, maybe I'm not searching right. Let's see. Oh, there's no journal like aviation marketing. It's rather, let's say, journal of air transport management. Yeah, journal of air transport management. Is there a journal like that? Let's see. I think my network is playing with me. Okay, it's taking a while to respond. Yeah, but you can make use of directory of open access journals, and you find a lot of open access journals you can take advantage of. And please visit academichive.com as well. You can find calls, grants, scholarships, fellowships, jobs, research jobs, that's research position, postdoctorate position, university teaching positions. There are other research resources you can find there as well. So it's a very useful resource. It should be part of your toolkit, especially now that you have become an Academic Hive member. All right. So, in conclusion, do good research. Good research encompasses finding your unique interests, exploring the work of others, using the right techniques and tools, and being visible. I hope this session today was insightful, and we look forward to your questions, possible questions you may have about today's session. Thank you.